Hi everyone, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel, Lori J Journals. I'm doing something a little bit different today. It's going to be challenging, but I'm going to take you along for the ride. I have been selected randomly in a group in a junk journal group I participate in to do a challenge, okay? And the way it works is we each answered a bunch of questions about ourselves. We were randomly selected on a wheel, and then by the way we answered questions, items were selected and sent to us, and we are given, I think it's 3 days to create 3 items using the supplies that were sent to us. Okay, so what you're looking at is the set of supplies I was given. I got this set of really cute dog stickers, and that's because when I answered the question about pets, I mentioned that I have a dog. Also came with this really cute dog stamp. Doesn't look anything like my dog, but it's still fun. I also said that I think I was asked like where I like to be or one of my favorite places to be. I can't remember exactly what the question was, but I answered that I love to be by the water, and that is the truth because I find it very calming. So I was given this, I put them in the dish just so that I had a way to collect them, but I was given this set of shells. And then we were asked, I believe, whether we prefer coffee, tea, or something else. And I said that I was a coffee drinker, although I love tea too. And so I was given some of these. So this is by the water, this is coffee, and this is a dog. All right. So these are all of the items that I was given. Now, I'm a little intimidated by this challenge. I did clarify that I don't have to use all of them in the same make, which is good. So I think what I will likely have is something that is, I have to make 3 items. So I'll probably do something dog related, something coffee related, and something by the sea related. And I thought I would start with the dog item. Okay, so I'm going to set aside these coffee and down by the water things, and I'm going to focus on using these dog items. Now I have an idea of what I want to do, but it's not completely planned out. It's just kind of a launch I decided for myself. I was thinking about this cutaway, this little piece of ephemera, I guess. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, this cute little thing that it says $1,000 in prizes for the best titles. And it's like a simulated life magazine with a dog on the cover. That got me thinking about kind of something little like this size. And I have an idea for my base. I'm going to show you in a minute. But I think what I'm going to do is create a little dog-themed booklet. And it can either stand on its own as a tiny little journal, or it can be an insert into a bigger journal. And I think what I'm going to focus on once I get that constructed is collecting titles, quotes, things related to dogs and songs, music, TV, movies, in that booklet. So I don't know how exactly it's going to play out yet, but I'm taking you along for the ride. And here's what I decided I want to do for the booklet. I found this paper, which I feel like I tried to think about using these stickers and using this and keeping it kind of dog themed. And I think I like this paper. It's just a piece of one-sided scrapbook paper. And I trimmed it down a little bit. It came in a square, like one of those 12 by 12 blocks, because I think what I'd like to do is use this. This was just me playing around last week, and I don't know it to tell you right now, but I will put it in the description box. I was looking at just, following some of the artists I like to watch on Instagram while I was driving in the car. I wasn't driving, I was riding in the car, and I was playing around with just scrap papers that I had in my planner, and this was one of them. So I wanted it to be rectangular. It's just slightly bigger than this, and I'll show you how this works. So the first thing I'm going to do is fold it and try to repeat grab my bone folder so I can get good folds. This paper is a little bit thicker than that scrap because, as I mentioned, it is scrapbook paper. And it's in a block I've had for a long time that I've just been pulling little by little. And the other thing that I was watching several of these folding videos, and every time you make a fold, you fold it back on itself because these are you want your folds to be able to work in more than one direction, and you'll see what I mean by that in a minute. Okay, the next thing was, and I may be doing these folds out of order, quite honestly. I don't remember. I'm just following my template there, and I don't think it matters what order the folds are in as long as you have all of the folds. And I will tell you this, I likely am not going to finish this little booklet while I'm filming the video. I'm going to get most of it constructed and the title and kind of get it put together, and then I'm going to, afterwards, I will finish it and post either a short or something where you get to see the entire thing. And as always, I try to include a final picture in the thumbnail of the video, so hopefully you'll see that. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it just started storming here in the background. We are in desperate need of rain, so this is a good thing where I am. I'm just hoping it's not going to affect my power or anything like that. And I'm noticing as I fold this, for some reason, the pieces don't all look the same size. I don't know if it's just that I haven't folded accurately, but that's okay. I'll make it work. Okay, so if I remember correctly, once I have it like this, I need to cut. So I'm going to cut from here to here. And I thought I brought over bigger scissors, but apparently I did not. Took them out and left them on the other desk. This is better done in one stroke with a long scissors, but I'm doing the best I can. Okay, not so bad. All right, now this is the part that I have to remember how this works. Okay, so you see I cut through these two. Now it looks like a mouth. And now what you do is you take the whole thing and you fold it so that you create a little booklet out of it. And I am going to try to remember how this works. So just give me, yep, I did it. All right. So it just folds like that and you get a cool little booklet. It's only 4 pages. And when I was playing around with this, I learned a couple of things. So first I am going to reinforce my folds. My poor dog Lily is hiding under my feet right now because she does not like the storm. Hopefully she will not knock into my camera. Okay, so a couple of different options here. These are all open at the top. Okay, so I can now either make sure that these two get sealed on the side so that I have a drop through pocket at the top, right? Because these two of them are already sealed here. So I can have a pocket there. I just have to close it at the bottom. And the other two are open on the sides. So I'd have to open here. Conversely, I can flip it over and I've got an opening here, and then side pockets, and I can close along the bottom. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, so I'm not even going to do anything with that right now. I'm going to leave that all alone, and I'm going to make that decision in a little bit. What I want to do is start by creating the cover. And I thought that I would use this, and I think it goes just fine. I'm not sure if I want to put something in between the cover and this piece. I do want to trim this up a little bit because I did notice that there's a little bit of, oops, that's my watercolor water over there. The edges aren't even and I just want to clean them up a little bit. So I'm using my paper trimmer for that. Okay, so the top and the bottom look good. I think this, I want to trim the sides a little bit too. And I'm just trimming it the smallest amount. I want to make sure everything's even. Let's be a little more careful about that. Okay, and when you're trimming, I go through this all the time, you really have to be careful because you start evening and trimming a little bit more here and a little bit more there, and the next thing you know, you have nothing left. So I'm just doing a teeny bit more, and that's really because I want the sides to be even on either side of the circle. Okay, that may or may not matter to you when you're doing things like this, but it does to me. I can't help it. I'm already bothered by this little nick in the bottom, but I don't want to trim anymore, so I'm not going to do anymore. I'm trying to decide. So I have a pile of like cheeseclothy kinds of materials over here that I was gifted in a swap with a member of one of the groups I participate in, and I'm trying to decide if I like when it gets texture. I like that you can see through this. The only thing I'm thinking is this, I really like this one for the for this theme over here with these guys, because it has that kind of netting kind of feel. So I'm going to take maybe this darker piece and see if I like that. And I like that it's not very tightly woven, so you can still see the grid underneath. Yep, I think I'm going to do that. And as always, I'm not going to cut, I'm going to tear. I like when things are shabby and uneven and not a straight cut. So this method I always show is that I really just stick my scissors there and pull the fabric through rather than actually cut with my scissors. And yeah, I think that will add some nice texture. It lifts this off the page. And I wouldn't call it furry, but it gives, I don't know, I'm thinking about a dog. I guess if I had some furry fabric, I might use it, but I don't think I do. Maybe we'll find some to move in later on. Let's use a little Fabri-Tac. I'm not too worried about total coverage for this piece of fabric right up front, because once I put glue on the cover part, the paper, the dog paper on top, it's going to mash it down some more. So right now I want it really just for placement. I want to make sure I like where and how it's glued down to the base. My Fabri-Tac is almost out. I think I've said that on 2 videos now, so I guess it's not as close to out as I think it is. But I have another bottle in the waiting for when this one finally is finished. Yeah, I think I really like that. I'm not sure that this will stay here. I might trim that up a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and glue the paper down now. And we're doing these videos in this group to share with each other, learn new things. We also have a lot of new members who may not be as familiar. So I guess I'm going to back up a little bit and just tell you what glue I'm using here. This is Fabri-Tac. Some people use it interchangeably with 3-in-1, which I do have up here. We've said this on a whole bunch of videos already, but I'll say it again. They look very similar. They're made by the same company and they're similar products. But apparently one or the other works better depending on your climate. So my friend Linda and I, she's from the Just Lane Junk Journal group, we both live in Florida and we tend to do better with Fabri-Tac. Must have something to do with the humidity. I have other friends, and I know Misty and some other people in Texas have better luck with this 3-in-1. Okay, so we'll see. All right, so I've got a cover there. I think it's fun. All right. So far, so good. I have 1 item used, so I'm doing well here. The next thing I thought I would do is embellish the pages with some of these. And I don't know, because I didn't ask this, I didn't think of it until I was sitting here. I'm not sure if I have to use every single one of these. I think that would be quite a challenge. I don't know if I'm expected to use all of them, or I'm just trying to preserve this plastic. It doesn't seem to be happening. Okay, so I don't know if I have to use every single one of these stickers. I'm hoping not. I think I can get quite a few of them in here, but I don't want sticker overload. I don't think that that's a good look. So yeah, hopefully. And I'm noticing, you know, when you fold thicker paper, sometimes it doesn't fold perfectly even, and that's okay. But I might end up trimming these a little. You can see right over here that you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do it now. I don't know. I'm worrying about the wrong things. Okay. So I have this is going to be my little doggy journal. I am a huge proponent of adopt, don't shop. I'm now on my 3rd rescue dog. Yeah. No offense to people who purchase their dogs. I understand people like really, you know, particular breeds for different reasons. But I have had the best luck with rescue dogs in my family. So we really try to support the shelters and adopt dogs that don't have homes. So there's my PSA announcement. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages plus the back. I think I might use him on the back, so I'm going to hold off on that. 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs. So I'm just trying to think of what the best use of these is. And I think, I'm looking in my scrap pile here. Probably doesn't show on camera, which is okay. Trying to find what I should have done and I didn't do is look through to see if I had any fabric with like paw prints or something, and I don't think I do, which is probably why it didn't come to my mind. But I am looking for a piece of like brownish, I don't know. My dog is black, like jet black. She's a like a black lab mutt, as they call them. So I don't know why I'm specifically thinking of brown, but I guess I just am, because when I think of dogs, I kind of think of dog hair and brown and, I don't know. So I'm just looking through my scraps over here to see what I can find. Looking for something brownish. I don't know. All right, I'm going to maybe use, here's a fun piece. Kind of goes with the grids here. I'm going to try to match a piece of fabric with each of the dogs. So like maybe hit this little guy and a yellow paw, this little guy and a green paw because it matches his kerchief. And actually, maybe he'll get the black one because he's a blacker dog. He'll get the yellow one. And this little guy, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Sometimes the plan doesn't work like you expect it to. I like this little piece of fabric, so I'm just going to try to scrap it up because, I don't like sharp edges on my fabric. And I think, yeah. So he stuck a little bit to the I mean, the fabric stuck a little bit to the sticker, which is fine. I'm just going to put some extra glue over. I always put glue under my stickers, whether it's washi tape or an actual sticker or a little piece of foam like this. It tends to, these stickers kind of over time, a lot of times they'll lose their stickiness and they might fall out or off of whatever you, yeah, so far so good. So who saved who? He's a cute little, so this is the closest thing I think on here to my dog. I don't know, I guess my dog is kind of a cross between this one and this one, but all black. So if you know dogs well, if you can imagine, we think that she is a, you know, they call them mutts. You know, she's a mixed breed, and we think that she is part black lab, part greyhound, and maybe even a little bit of pit bull. We're not sure. Now, if you're immediately thinking, oh no, not a pit bull, please don't, because you know, pit bulls can be great dogs. Often the mean ones are the way they are because they are raised to be that way. Yeah, we've had 4 dogs that I think have had some sort of pit bull in them, and they have all been nice, except for one who got a little bit grouchy when I got pregnant. She didn't like sharing my husband's attention, or she didn't like to share my husband's attention with us. So anyway, first one in, good. So 2, 3. Trying to decide if I want them all to be up. So if I skip 2, skip 3, yeah. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put 2 dogs here. And then I'm going to put a last one here. And I think, and then I might use some of the other paw prints around. That's, you know, I'm trying to figure out first where the dogs are going. All right, I think I'm going to now put this guy. Yeah, I'm going to put, wait, he's here. I think I'm going to put, yeah, I'm going to put this guy right here. So I'm just going to look for, this is like a nice piece of scrap fabric. And I'm sorry there's shadow in here. I've been saying this. I'm working on a lighting situation. I just haven't gotten there yet. I ordered some new bulbs and I think it's going to help. My husband insists that it's the bulbs. So we'll see. Stay tuned because we'll have new light bulbs very soon. Thanks to our favorite quick and easy delivery provider. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to do an ad. They hardly need me to do them an ad. All right, here we go. So this part of the dog probably won't touch because the foam is a stick-up sticker. You know, you can see it. It's to give it more of a 3-dimensional look, but I'm putting some on it because of the fabric and just as added protection. Oh, I did this, you know, Laura. I did it upside down. All right, so I'm going to use that glue to get the fabric on, and then cute. And then, so he's here, he's here. I think I'm going to put this guy over here. So he has a little bit of green. Let's see. Let's see what I have handy around here. Just looking at my scraps. These small projects are always really good for pulling out your scraps, using them up. And Oh, here, maybe, I wonder if this, oh, it's probably too small. It's a little piece of, like woven burlap paper. Oh, here's a cute little piece. It's green. And it's bright green, but I was actually looking at it on the flip side. I like the muted side better, so I'm going to use that. And just, as always, got to get some scrappiness going. And sometimes I'll try to rip a piece and it doesn't come off like this, but it's still cool because it still makes the piece look scrappy because it makes all of the threads kind of come apart. All right. And then that will be this guy. Perfect. And, you know, you don't have, like, the other glue that I could be using is this tacky glue. I like this too. I tend to go with Fabri-Tac when I want it to dry quick, which I do because I don't want this video to go on and on forever. But I also, when I have 3D items, it gives like kind of that hot, it's like basically what it is not hot glue. It's that same kind of adhesive, and you can get a glob and it'll hold things in place. So the glue doesn't have to lay flat. It just creates kind of a, real technical word, glob, that will then hold the thing in place. All right, and for this one, I'm going to use this last yellow looking labby kind of dog, and I think I will use a piece of this if I can get it to go scrappy. It's kind of a nice even cut strip, and I don't like that. What else do I have before I get into that? Okay. I'm having a little trouble with the glue. That's what's taking me so long. Dog's excited because my husband just walked in from work. Okay. And that's really cute when you hold it up like this, but I put it down in here and you can't even see the fabric. So I'm going to add a little piece of something else behind it to help the color pop out. And maybe I'll use a little bit of this. Is that dark enough? Yeah, I think it is. It's good enough. And there's that glob I was talking about. All right, so now I have the cover. All the dogs are in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I did forget that these are 3D and they're going to stick out a little. So what I'm going to do to counterbalance that is I'm going to add some of the other embellishments at the top. And that way it won't be all sticking out here. It'll also have some stuff there. So I'm going to grab a paw print there. We will put a couple here and here. Put one of these up here. And maybe one of these down here. And now there's something all over. Ooh, let's get one more. So I should have done it before I put the sticker on. I want to put this guy right here. I'm going to grab a little bit of ink. And I'm just going to use Distress ink because that's what I have. I really should probably use archival ink, but I left it on the other side of the room and I'm not going to get up and get it. So let's see if I can get this dark enough. I am going to test it before I use it just to make sure. Yeah, there I did. Bumped in. Made it all the way, almost all the way through. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to get a darker ink for this. It's not going to show up really well. So I think, yeah. Maybe what I'll do is try a little bit of acrylic ink. Just use a little makeup sponge. This may or may not work. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, I'll get up and go get the archival ink. Yeah. That doesn't work either. This is golden liquid acrylic, so it's not thick enough. So I'm going to grab my other ink real quick. Okay, and we'll try this. This is Hero Arts Intense Black ink. This ink is permanent, whereas Distress ink is designed so that you can distress it by adding liquid or anything else to it. I think this is going to work. So yeah, there he is. Perfect. And almost like an advertisement or PSA, I am going to put this on the front as soon as I get the ink out. The glue. As soon as I can get the glue to come out. That'll be the back. And I think I want to add a little bit of glue here just to keep this wrapped instead of hanging. And there it is. So, how did I do? In 33 minutes, I completed project number 1. It has this piece. It has all these cute little 3D dog embellishments. Little PSA announcement about rescuing dogs. And there you go. I used almost all the stickers. Hopefully I get credit for that. I used the stamp. I used this page. So challenge 1 of 3 is now finished. Tune in soon and I will be tackling the coffee and the Down by the Sea. Thanks for watching.